Hey guys, in this video, I'm gonna go over another free and easy research method that you can use to find print-on-demand niche ideas while doing research. If you saw my last video, I used a random noun generator and a couple free Chrome extension plugins to generate ideas and kind of dive into the rabbit hole of doing niche research on Amazon, which then you can use on the Amazon platform, Etsy, Redbubble, or any of these other print-on-demand marketplaces. I'll put a link to that video up here if you haven't seen it. Go check it out. But in this video, it's very similar. So what we're gonna do with this is use actually a random activity generator. So this is a website that proposes random activities for people to do. And the idea behind this exercise is I want you to think of it like a brainstorming exercise. So just totally open up your mind. Try not to be too pigeonholed in any one thought process or category. A lot of the stuff that we're gonna go through may not work, but I promise if you spend 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours on this method, you'll come up with some niche ideas that you would have never thought of, and you'll find some real gems out there in terms of saturation or competition, availability, ideas. It's a really, really good exercise that gives you the opportunity to find these untapped areas that you otherwise wouldn't think of. If you've ever done niche research and you're just like, man, I can't think of anything, you almost get like writer's block. You've tried every kind of cross niche or idea and you're thinking, what in the world, I can't think of anything? This exercise I'm gonna show you on the computer really helps with that. So we'll jump on the screen right now and let's get started. Okay guys, here we are on my desktop. We're gonna jump in so I can show you how to do this activity. I've got the new camera set up so you can see me. I have to look at my monitor up here, but the camera's kind of down here, so I apologize if that's a little awkward. But let me show you real quick what tools and plugins I'm using. This is all free stuff. So first thing is I just have merchinformer.com open. If you go here to the resources tab at the top and you click on merch research, this is just another filter that's going to pull only products that are part of the Merch by Amazon program into the listings. So we don't see all the FBA listings and MBA listings. This is going to show only Merch by Amazon or Merch on Demand products. Next thing is these two free Chrome extensions. I think a lot of people are probably familiar with these. The first one is called DS Amazon Quick View. This allows you to see the rank of products, of any product on Amazon, that BSR rank, which is a really good metric to tell us how often is this thing selling. And then the second one is called AMZ Suggestion Expander. This is probably my favorite research tool there is. And all it does is whenever you type something into Amazon here, let's just say, basketball shirt, it just brings up all of these extra keywords, right? It expands the search selection to see what other things people are searching for. It suggests additional keywords, put some keywords before, keywords after. It's a great tool. So DS Amazon Quick View, AMZ Suggestion Expander are the two free Chrome extensions I have running. Go ahead and close those out. Okay, now into the actual research method. So we're gonna go to Google and I'm just gonna type in random activity generator. And this first one that comes up right here for me, it's random-generator.org.uk. There's a lot of these different websites. You can use whichever one you want. It really doesn't matter. But basically, these websites are out there where they generate different ideas for games and activities, words, memes, all kinds of different stuff. So we're just gonna punch this in here. I'm gonna change it to 20, right? So generate a list of 20, here they are. And I click this, write me some activities, and bam. So now we have a list of 20 different activities. And what I'm gonna do is just go through this list. Again, I'm keeping an open mind here on what these things are. Not all of these are gonna make sense. And you'll see as I dive into the research that a lot of these are going to lead to other ideas. And that's just how my brain works. Your brain probably works differently, right? So I might type something in and then go, wait a second, that makes me think of this, and that makes me think of this. Anyway, let's just dive in and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So play pink toads. Toads, let's see if anything comes up with toads. Toad shirt, that's probably gonna come up with Mario stuff. Frog and toad shirt. Frog and toad, oh yeah, those frog and toads riding the bike. I don't know what that's from. Does anyone know? Is that from a cartoon or something? Whatever it is, there's definitely design selling. Cottagecore aesthetic frog goblin core mushroom toad fungus shirt. What is cottagecore? As a concept, it embraces a simpler, sustainable existence that is more harmonious with nature. Aesthetically, it's a nod to the traditional based on rural English. Okay, I've never heard of that. So here's an example. Right, so we typed in toad, and we got to this frog and toad, which is showing 749 results. So now let's type that into frog, into merch research. Let's see what it comes up as. Okay, 315 results is what it's filtering down specifically for NBA shirts. Frog and Toad, is that? Let's check and see. So another one is tmhunt.com. This is just a free, quick, and easy trademark check. I always recommend going to uspto.gov or whatever copyright or trademark authority it is in your region. Let's type this in, frog and toad. Do partial, do it pulls up anything. Frog and toad, it's trademarked. It's trademarked with 25, so that's not a good example. We're gonna skip over that one. So actually, yeah, let's go back and check cottage core, because cottage core shirt. Cottage core shirt. Okay, now we can see this style. Let's type that in here. Cottage core, search. Okay, 650 results for cottage core. That's not terrible. Let's see how good they're selling. This one is selling really good, 53,000. That is selling a lot. Look at that, 1,200 reviews. I mean, that's a giant design. Here's another one, 78,000. 475, 418, 276. That's a little bit more simpler design. Here's a kitty kind of style or design. Man, I don't even know if I want to include this one in the video because this one is really good. Let's type in TM Hunt to see if cottage core, search cottage core. So it looks like it was registered, but it's dead. So this is open for cottage core. Now these are a little bit more complex designs depending on your design capabilities, but you know, that's a whole nother video or segment on creating these kind of styles. But I would add this to my list. There's no question about it, right? I mean, I think there's still a lot to dive in there. Cottage core competition was, what did we get out of this? 650. That's pretty dang good. So there's an example of just one that we found from Toad to Frog and Toad, and then I got into this cottage core. Never heard of it. Obviously, it's kind of that botanical style, you know, almost like a vintage. It reminds me of like, you know, old scientist kind of style. There's probably a ton of sub niches in there. I see some other words in here too, like goblin core. So let's check that. This is just me just jumping down this rabbit hole, right? So now let's type in goblin core, search. Okay, 421 results. Let's see if it's trademarked. Goblin core. Nope, not trademarked. And I'm gonna type this in because I have no idea what goblin core is. It's an aesthetic based on the appreciation and aspects of nature not typically regarded as beautiful. Okay, celebration of natural ecosystems and less beautiful conventional norms. Okay, so this is a very, very specific niche, guys. This is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. You know, this is a perfect example of that description, right? Celebrating things that aren't beautiful. I mean, that's a skull with mushrooms growing out of it. It's a very cool design, but that's not your traditional beautiful thing. But look at this, 9 reviews, 475,000. Here's another one, 3.8 stars, 5 reviews, 473,000. Look at this one, 636 stars, 114,000. These things are selling. I mean, absolutely selling. So I'm gonna put this one on as well. These are absolutely selling designs. I think that you could, you know, if I did a little bit more research on what that niche is about, I could think of some really cool ideas. You could probably cross niche with this. You could appeal to kids. You could appeal to adults. You could appeal to, you know, these are on a lot of dark colored t-shirts. You could do the inverse. There's probably even less competition on the other products. I could see phone cases doing really good with this style of design. But again, this exercise right now, I'm not trying to dive in and learn everything about goblin core, everything about cottage core. Instead, what I'm trying to do is just get some ideas onto a sheet, and then that broader sheet on another exercise, I'll dive in and do some deeper research. Let me know if you guys want a video on that kind of next level, finding specific design ideas within a niche, and I'll do a video on it, but let me know. The goal with this kind of research method is to come up with a hit list of ideas that we can generate on an Excel sheet and then go back to whenever we're doing our deeper design research. This isn't the time to really dive in and learn about a niche and try and find the certain particular nuances and specific ideas. This is just, hey, is this something that there's low competition on? Is this something that I have an interest in that I could further research or create a design for? Add it to the list. The next phase is to go into that list and dive deeper to find those specific details. One thing I want to say about this method is that it's really important that you use your mind with this, right? So I don't want you to rely too much on a tool. I want you to use your mind to kind of brainstorm and find the ideas, and then use the tools, the Chrome extensions and things like that, to verify the data. That tells us, is this product selling? At what frequency is it selling? How many designs are currently out there that I'm competing with? So use your mind to find the ideas and to brainstorm, and use the tools to verify. That tells us, yes, this is worth pursuing. All right, so let's go back to our list. Let's move on from the cottage core, you know, goblin core, all that stuff. Okay, bank robbery. Okay, so let's see here. I'm just gonna type in bank robber. These are good gag gifts ideas, right? I'm with the bank robber. Pretend I'm a bank robber. Okay, these are probably very popular during Halloween. These are selling. All of these have a BSR. They probably peaked during the Halloween season, so, you know, this is probably a more seasonal sort of trend, but 49 results for bank robber shirt. Are you kidding? Like, somebody dresses up as a bank robber for Halloween. You know, some people may see this and they go, no way, I'm not gonna do that because it has to do with legal activity or something. That's your call. I mean, I think that this is pretty straightforward. It's, you know, pretend I'm the bank robber, lazy Halloween costume t-shirt. You know, this has got reviews, it's selling. And I mean, how long would it take to create a design like this, guys? This is literally text with an icon. These aren't even illustrations. You could probably dive really deep and find some other ideas. So I'd throw this on the list. Why not? It doesn't mean I'm gonna make shirts for it, but I'm gonna type in bank robber. This has only got 49 designs, and I'm gonna put notes Halloween, right? Because I might put that on my Halloween list and put it on something that I'm gonna make more closer to the Halloween season. All right, so let's keep going. Okay, so we went through that list. All I'm gonna do is just go down here. I'm just gonna click write me some more, and it's gonna generate me another list. Surfing, grow lavender. Lavender, okay, that's a plant, right? Or an herb or something. So let's just type in lavender. Lavender shirt. That might be pulling up the color. Yeah, okay, here we go. Lavender plant. I know this is a really popular plant in terms of people who garden and, you know, sage and all that stuff. Plant shirt. Let's see what comes up. All right, 469 results. Okay, we see this one right here. That's obviously just a lavender plant. This is a really good one that looks good on a whiter color shirt. So you can see here, this is selling a little bit better. Okay, here's another lavender. You know, lavender, this is something specific. I mean, this isn't a great one, but I do know that there's a lot of those free graphic libraries out there that you can get these old vintage illustrations. If I find the link, I'll think of it and put it in the description, but I know you can get a lot of these old scientific journal illustrations for free. And that's pretty much what this is, what it looks like to me. I mean, that's just a lavender plant. It literally says lavender down at the bottom, and it's selling. I mean, 2.3 million. This isn't flying off the shelves, but again, this is just to get some broader ideas. So I'm gonna put lavender plant, because that's an important distinction between the actual lavender color shirt. And then I'm gonna do C vintage botanical images, right? Because I think you could probably do a whole series on some of those vintage plants from those free libraries, put them up and make some sales. Okay, let's keep going. Bake cookies. Okay, let's try that one because I know baking is a huge niche. So I'm just gonna do bake cookies into merch research. Let's just see. Okay, this is bringing up a lot of Christmas stuff. We just got out of Christmas, so these shirts are very, very hot in the Amazon algorithm in terms of what it's showing as recent sales. What's a certain kind of cookie? I mean, oatmeal. Okay, let's look at oatmeal cookies. Oatmeal. Actually, let's do this into here. Oatmeal cookies. Let's see. Okay, no sales, no sales, no sales. Yeah, these are some good designs, but they're just not selling. Looks like these were put up in August, so they've been up for a while. So not every one of these is gonna be a hit. I bet if I type in chocolate chip cookies, those would be selling because chocolate chip are the best. Okay, a lot more competition, obviously, over 1,000 results, but yep, these are definitely selling. 900,000 for cookies and milk, a million. There's probably a niche to dive in deeper here. Something else that we could look into. Let's look at some of these keywords. Baker, pastry, what about a pastry chef, right? That's a certain kind of cook. Pastry chef, somebody who makes little goodies. So we typed in pastry chef, we're showing 290 results. It's pretty good. How are they selling? 1.7, 500, 600. That's excellent. Very good. 3, 2, I'm seeing reviews. Looks like it's pulling up some other shirts that are specific to just chefs in general and maybe bakers. But I mean, I would immediately think, no, I'm gonna make a design that's specific to a pastry chef. So I'm gonna Google pastry chef. I'm gonna look at pastry chef gifts. I'm gonna look at pastry chef memes. I'm gonna read a little bit and learn about a pastry chef. What are the main tools that they use? Do they go to school? What's the hardest thing that they cook, right? Is there some pastry chef challenge, right? Something like that a pastry chef would immediately see and only they would connect to. If you do that, I bet you could stand out here, because a lot of these that are pulling up, this is just about baking. Your opinion wasn't a recipe. Life is what you bake it. I mean, these are pretty easy designs that I think most people could create. So I like this. I mean, this is something I could dive deeper into. Pastry chef 290. So type that in, pastry chef 290, and I'm gonna say focus on pastry only, not baking general. In other words, you know, I want to find something that's very specific, not just baking in general. I want to find something that's pastry specific. Again, I'm just going through these guys. This is just totally just kind of ad lib at random here. Make your just play the violin. Okay, nah, there's probably some stuff in there, but let's just keep going. Adopt a dog. Okay, let's type. That's probably a pretty big one. As far as competition, but let's see, adopt a dog, 155. That's pulling a lot less than I thought. You know, one thing is Amazon will show these shorter results, and then if you actually go down here and you go to the next page, sometimes those results will actually jump up. So you can see here, when I did that, it goes to over 3,000 results. And you have to be careful with that. But this just made me think of something else while I'm actually on this, and actually not adopt a dog, but just adoption, right? People who adopt kids and they want to celebrate that or showcase that and share that with their family and friends. Gotcha day, adoption day gifts for family. This is that AMZ suggestion expander. Adoption day gifts for family. Okay, so adoption day. Let's see what comes up here. Adoption day shirt. Adoption day. Let me just Google that. I think that's just the day that you actually get, you know, to adopt and get a new family member. Oh, there's a national adoption day, apparently. Okay, what is someone adoptions day? Gotcha day. The term gotcha day has been used for many years by adoptive parents to celebrate the day their adopted child became part of the family. Okay, there's something I just learned. So I'm gonna type that in, gotcha day. Let's see if anything comes up. Okay, it was trademarked and it's not anymore. Again, you'd wanna verify this on your own, but now let's type in gotcha day into Merch Informer, see what comes up. Okay, 687 results. It's my gotcha day. Okay, this is obviously one for a child or for a parent that just adopted a child. Gotcha forever. Little Miss adopted. Yeah, I mean, these are definitely all selling. Some good BSRs in here. 494,000, 37 reviews. Hooray, it's my gotcha day. That's a very simple, you know, fun kids design. So with this is a great one to add to the list, because there's a lot of different areas you could go to, right? You've got Gotcha Day, which is this day that celebrates being adopted. And then you've got the children, right, who maybe want to wear a shirt, and then you're gonna have the parents who are gonna want to wear a shirt. You could have matching designs, shirts for the grandparents. Think of all the different people that are part of that adoption process. And I mean, I think this is a great event that someone would want to celebrate and showcase or celebrate the anniversary of. So yeah, this is a good one here to add to the list. So we'll do, see, 687. So I'm gonna do Gotcha Day, 687, and I'm gonna do notes. This is about adoption, celebration, and I'm gonna do children or parents, right? Because I think those are the two things that jump into my head right away. I could make a design for either of those or a matching set. Okay, so on my list here, we've got a couple different designs. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ideas. I think there's some really good opportunities in here. Hopefully this gives you guys a little bit of perspective on this free technique. I mean, this is just using my brain, keeping an open mind, and look what I can come up with. And I did this in less than 30 minutes. So there's a lot of opportunity out there. Don't get discouraged. and keep digging and keep researching. Okay guys, so there you have it. Don't let anyone tell you that print on demand is too saturated or that there's no niches left available, everything is taken. There's still a lot of opportunity out there, a lot of ideas, and just think about how many more activities, ideas, and products are coming to the marketplace. The marketplace of print on demand is not stagnant, it's constantly growing. Trends fall off, trends come on. There's multiple ways and variables that you can cross niche. There's new target markets, new products. There's a ton of opportunity, but you gotta take some time to dig in and find some specific niches and details in order to set yourself up for a better chance of success. If you like this video, it would really mean a lot if you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when I drop more videos like this. In the meantime, I wish you the best of luck and see you in the next video.